Good morning, and thank you all for being here. And I tell you what, this is the greatness. You represent the greatness in America in this room right here. This is when I'm outside of the United States as a soldier, and I imagine that this is going on. This is what we think about, representing a future for America. Come with me, join me in the theater of my mind. The president calls to his representative in Georgia, and to his representative, he says, I'm having trouble in Iran. I'm trying to figure out the strategy that's going to get us out of Iran so that we can lower the gas prices. I need some help. So his representative says, well, can you get me to one of those senators, one of those guys that are running for the U.S. Senate seat? Get me to one of them and to see if they can go out, and I want them to tell Georgians what's going on, tell them the history, tell them the process, and then have them to give me a solution or a course of action. So the president's guy goes to the president and says, well, Mr. President, I tell you what we do. We have a guy who's a realtor. And the president goes, He says, well, we have a guy who owns a few drugstores, and he was a mayor. President says, I say, okay, well, we also have a guy, that owns a trucking company. President said, okay, that's good. He said, well, oh yeah. We also have a retired brigadier general who's lived outside of the United States. He stayed in 13 nations. He understands foreign policy. He understands strategy. He knows how to nation build. Whom would you choose to go to Georgians to talk about what's going on in Iran? Good morning. I'm retired Brigadier General Jonathan McColumn. I'm not a politician. I'm a soldier. And soldiers see things pragmatically. If it's broken, my intent is to fix the problem and provide courses of action to fix problems. That's what we do. In the due course, my job is to support the United States of America as a United States Senator, to support the executive branch, the President of the United States, but not just to keep stamping. But Mr. President, I have 3 courses of action. I'm going to help you to do this job. That's what a senator is supposed to do. I'm not only a soldier, I'm also a former pastor. I'm an acquisition guy, program manager, contracting. I've taught at a college, university for a short term, and I'm also, for fun, I love to play music on the piano and a Hammond organ. So I do love to have fun. But all of this today is not about me. This is about the real problems that we're having in the United States of America. And it's about your problems of how the gas prices and the utilities and a 12th grader not being able to read at the 12th grade level upon graduation. It's about the welfare. It's about coming together. So this is what I'm thinking, fellow Republicans. I believe that the United States Senate is a place that requires hard work and not a neophyte. It requires someone who has a lot of experience. The one thing that we're missing in Congress that I believe is executive level experience. And executive level experience is experience that reaches across the whole divide, someone who's run something. There is no sense in sending anybody to the Senate who has not managed a lot, directed, been responsible for, and accountable for. I was responsible as a general officer. I was responsible for directing the command of 6,000 soldiers and civilians across 5 states. I've got the executive level experience like no candidate served, no candidate on this. And if Mike was in here, I'd tell him the same thing. No candidate has the breadth and depth of experience that I bring to this table. In addition, no candidate has managed the amount of money that I have managed on your behalf. I've managed $6 billion in support of contracts in the Middle East for coalition soldiers and for military forces in the Middle East. I have the depth and I have the fiscal accountability and responsibility. And again, I say you need someone to win. Here's my major point as I spend a couple more minutes. Aren't you tired of losing this Senate race? Yes. We are about to use the very same criteria that we used in the last 3 races. And if we use that criteria, we will lose again. For the first time, David Perdue, a great man, strike 1, he couldn't make it. Kelly Loeffler, also a great candidate, strike 2, she couldn't make it. She had the money, just like all the others. And then last time, Herschel Walker, strike 3, all struck out, all because they used a criteria and they did not know how to go after other people and bring them into the party. That's what Jonathan McColumn is about. Jonathan McColumn is about strengthening the Republican Party in Georgia and returning favor back to you, the people, under the auspices of a biblical worldview, which is what we need in Georgia. It's about respect for the Constitution of the United States, which is the rule of law, and the Declaration of Independence, which says your rights don't come from man, your rights come from God. And the last part, it's about coalescing or pulling. That's the one thing that I'll do that no candidate can do. As a commander, the only thing that mattered in my command of 6,000 people is that our weapons were pointed in the same direction and not at each other. I see that in Georgia right now, and I blame it on leadership. When you don't have a leader who knows how to pull people together under the common denominator of things that are important to them, we lose out. Georgia is separated now. But I'm doing something about it. And I'm starting with events like Juneteenth. Why is the Republican Party an example? And these leaders who want to be your leaders not participating in things like Juneteenth. Juneteenth belongs to the Republican Party because the party, thank you, the party that's responsible for the 13th Amendment that ended slavery is which party? It's the Republican Party. Then why are we not at the Juneteenth event? Last year I was there and I spoke, and this year I'm going back to Colquitt County in June and I'm going to speak again. Why? Because we've got to pull people together. We are at 50% right now. We are always losing by 0.6% or 2.3%. And I will tell you, if we use the same criteria, we will lose again. We've got to have the guts and the fortitude that when God gives us a leader, a man that's focused after his heart and your hearts and has the ability, has the technical competence, has the experience, are we going to just let him go and let him slide by? I think not. The problem is leadership. You give me a strong leader, you've got to get the general to the general election. Now, as I get ready to take my seats, last couple of minutes, let's get ready to take my seats. We have the primary. The goal, Republicans, the goal is for me to win the primary, but the goal for us is not the primary. The goal is to win the Why select somebody who can only win the primary, but they can't win the final election? I promise you, you get me through the primary, I will bring black people into this race who are conservative, but none of these candidates have the guts to go after them. I will bring them to the Republican Party, and we will cross more than 53%. I promise you. More. As I said, as I get ready to take a couple of questions, the problem is leadership. When we continue to select people who don't have leadership, we lose. And when we select poor leaders, then we don't get progress. If you have a messed up leader and that leader has a family, then that family is messed up because you got a messed up leader. If you have a messed up leader contributing to a messed up family and that family is in the church, the reason that church is messed up is because you keep selecting messed up leaders. If you have a messed up leader contributing to a messed up family, resulting in a messed up church, contributing to a messed up community, and that community is in Fayetteville, The reason Fayetteville is messed up is because you keep electing bad leaders. If you are a messed up leader contributing to a messed up family, resulting in a messed up church, contributing to a messed up community, resulting in a messed up city, and that city is in Fayette County, the reason Fayette County is messed up is because we continue to elect people who don't have the fortitude, the guts, the education, the technical competence, the leadership to lead. If you are a messed up leader, resulting in a messed up family, contributing to a messed up church, resulting in a messed up community, contributing to a messed up city, resulting in a messed up county, and that county is in the state of Georgia, the reason Georgia is messed up is because we continue to elect poor leaders. Finally, here it comes. If you are a messed up leader, resulting in a messed up family, resulting in a messed up church, contributing to a messed up community, resulting in a messed up city, contributing to a messed up county, resulting in a messed up state, and your state is in the United States, the reason the United States of America is messed up is because we continue to go and do the same thing, electing poor leaders, yet expecting victory. But if you want a better United States composed of better states, composed of better counties, composed of better cities, composed of better communities, composed of better churches, composed of better families, you've got to have the guts to elect the person who is best qualified. I dare you to pull out all of the emails, pull out all of go to the websites of every candidate that's running, do a comparison. You cannot say that any candidate is more ready to be your senator than Jonathan McColumn. I will promise you that. With that being said, may the grace of God keep you, and that when you walk into that booth, you make a factual decision based on fact, not what you feel, not what someone told you to feel, not because somebody else supported somebody, but because you know better. Now you know better. For those of you who haven't voted, now you have the rest of the story. Amen. And you are now ready to vote. With that being said, I pray that God will encourage you, bless your families, keep you in perfect peace, and that you will honor this nation, support the President of the United States, and let's continue to go off and do great things. God bless you and God bless you.
All right. And now, Charlene, 2 questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, we got some more speakers, actually. So.
General McColumn.
Yes, ma'am.
I was really happy that the draft was done away with when I had a son. But I also firmly believe, after having watched what goes on in our country, that we need people with a military background. I believe it provides a structure and accountability that we've missed. What is your feeling? I understand that they're going to reinstitute the draft the end of this year, 18 to 25. What is your feeling about that, or what have you heard?
Okay. Well, I've heard both sides, and it's an interesting story. I will tell you this, that many organizations, when retiring from the military, I can't tell you all the organizations who want to hire people who come from the military, because you've had a structured life, you fix problems, which is what everybody wants you to do. So I don't have a problem with that. We have had traditionally an all-volunteer military. That's what makes the United States of America stronger than any nation. We don't have to cajole, push, or beg. We usually have people coming in, as a matter of people who retired like me, go back and tell the stories and the missions and the things that they achieved. I don't necessarily have a problem with the draft, but right now it seems that you kind of say, if it's not broken, do you want to fix it? We do want people to come in, but your military today is not the military of old. Once upon a time, the military would take those individuals who were failing in school and had disciplinary problems. Not today. You've got to have a basic academic background to come into the military. You've got to be in decent physical shape to come into the military. So I'm kind of neutral on it. If we started, I don't have a problem, especially with all these young men and young women who are unpatriotic. They've been schooled about the progressivism and their ruin, and I think the military will turn them around and give them a mindset. So I don't really have a problem with it.
Thank you.
And do you have one more?
Yeah, I got a question.
Can we let her go since I think she.
Okay, go ahead. This is our last question.
It's just a quick one. I just wanted to know what you think about the Muslim situation all over the United States.
Okay, I'll briefly answer so we can squeeze that quick one in. Okay, sure. The major problem that I have is that we can't be biased against the group of people, but I tell you what, we have to make sure they understand that they cannot bring Sharia law to the United States. That's the most important piece. Okay?
Quick question.
It has to be quick.
Should the Senate nuke the 60-vote filibuster?
I just think that over the traditions, I think we have to be real careful. If we do this, just know this: Puerto Rico is going to become a state. That means two more Democratic senators. Washington, D.C. is going to become a state. That's two more Democratic senators. And the Supreme Court is going to be unbalanced or added. I just say we've got to be really careful about going down that road. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you.